Matt.
Devin.
What are you doing?
Taking a look at the seat brackets that EOT wanted us to take out of the car. We're gonna swap them out for ours, as the brackets are, I think they're too wide for the seat or something's just off. So we'll swap these out and get ours in there looking all pretty. And
Dakota, he has the first seat brackets with you?
yeah, and he modified his a little bit to be able to reach the pedals. So we're gonna end up designing a seat bracket for Coda that's gonna help him push a little bit further forward and get him in a more comfortable seating position. So these are our current version of the S chassis seat rails. So we're gonna break it down. We got our L brackets here, which bolt directly to the seat, and then these bolt to the chassis. And then together, combine their seat bracket combination that allow you to fit pretty much any bucket seat in your S chassis.
Got some screws here, got some tools. I got the same gun at home.
Yeah. The tools may vary, honestly. 240s have been taken apart since the beginning of time, so you might have some different size screws than we do. So you need these, which usually you wouldn't. So let's get started. The good thing is S chassis are really easy to work on. You can take it apart with what, 10s, 12s, 14s.
So you got a little nice,
I put mint.
little nice air freshener.
Yeah, because it kind of smells a little musty.
I really want this bucket seat.
What do you think of that head unit though?
That's a 90s.
Yeah.
That's 90s vibe.
What brand is this? It says Laser Sound Graph System 2. Kaya's Chaser did that, right?
Yeah.
When you hop in, it speaks in Japanese to you.
His dad has a JZX 100 Mark II.
Dude, yeah, that thing's cool. We should do a video on that for the channel.
Yeah.
Man, I need power tools.
I don't know why you're doing everything by hand.
Because I didn't think the bolts were that long.
Now let me. We got the front seat bracket. Look at this one. Got the real deal over there. 2-piece. This is 1-piece. Not good.
Man, the neighbors are super noisy today, dude.
This is your clutch, right?
Yeah, that's my clutch. This was my street clutch when I was still driving on the street. It's an RB25 flywheel with a 350Z 6-puck clutch. It's called like the White Bunny 2.0.
You just gotta, what do you got? Build that K right over there. Yeah, but look at the size of your tire. If you guys want to see, hold in like 2 hands. Do you need that big tire? Looks cool though.
It's okay. One thing that I truly love the most about our seat brackets for the S chassis, there's custom nuts that we make in-house that are welded onto the bracket there. That allows us to lower this bracket as close to the frame or as close to the chassis as possible. The threads go all the way through the bracket, meaning the nut is a part of this bracket through the entire thickness. That's how we get the gangster look. Okay, so for the seat brackets, your seat should come with some type of hardware to bolt onto the seat itself. Yeah. You're gonna wanna use that just in case that it has a specific thread pattern, thread pitch and diameter. Since EOT's roughly my height, maybe a little bit taller, I'm gonna set them up with a conservative setup, not too low and not too far back. And then from here, we go to bolt our base together. It's gonna sandwich just like this, and we're only gonna use 2 bolts for that. So we'll drop in with the washer, bolt from the top down, nut on the bottom. Top, it's as clean as possible. And then from here, you're gonna wanna leave it loose so that the brackets have some movement to slide around. That way, depending on the seat width, we'll be able to bolt it into the chassis. Keep this Asian squat.
Look at that stands.
Man, this is the fastest seat install ever. Bam, look at that. Okay, so we just mocked up the seat in the original configuration that we had set up. So for reference, it's on the middle slot in the rear, lowest slot in the front. Depending on what seat setup you have, it does differ because of the way the holes are drilled into the seat. So just play around with the settings until you find something that visually looks comfortable for you, and then from there you can fine tune it. And if you want the convenience of a slider, we also sell the slider. Alrighty, so we're just about done installing these. The only thing that I did want to note, if you're installing our seat brackets, you're gonna want to wash this edge. Everything's technically loose right now, so I can still slide things. So you're gonna want to make sure that the edge is as parallel as possible, just for aesthetics.
Take notes. Take notes.
Take notes, kids. Shit matters, man. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Alright, I'm gonna do a little test. Let's see how strong the seat brackets are. Don't break the seat though.
It doesn't move. The whole car moves. I like it. EOT's a little bit taller than I am.
That's how you measure if it's good. Your head has to show only.
I like it, dude. It's better seating position than before. It is lower, so if we wanted to, we could raise it up 1 notch, and I'd probably sit like right here. Perfectly centered right here.
Yeah. How about we'll do a little cinematic video? What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm down.
Next project on the car.
It's gonna be 3D scan.
Here. We're taking the harness bar.
Make one for the S13 coupe and hatch. So this is gonna be the development of the S14 and S15. Also, I've never really been a fan of universal because all of this stuff moves, you know?
Yeah.
So you're trusting your life on stuff that has joints, you know?
Yeah.
See what I mean when you see ours. It's solid.
Alright guys, you guys seen this before. Now we grab this little dots, put it pretty much all over the pillars, right?
Yeah, all over the scan area.
Go.
Just capturing this S15.
Back at it again.
Back at it again.
Let's check this out. This is the bottom part, right? Where you're scanning? Yeah, it's a bottom cushion.
Well, we got a lot of requests for harness bars and rear seat deletes, so
Yeah.
I don't know, Jimmy, what should we make? Currently saving right now, but I got all the scan data that I need of the floor pan, the back seat area with the seats on and without the seats on, and then the area for the B pillar and C pillar for the harness bar. So we'll have some pretty cool goodies coming out pretty soon. But it's overall a really fun process. I love 3D scanning. It's pretty cool to take something in real life and convert it into a digital model. And then from that, I'll be able to design whatever comes to mind.
What building is this?
I guess we can call this the laser building. So I got the file pretty much ready to go. So we're gonna be cutting out the harness bar, the main tube, and then 2 down tubes that go to the transtone. All I gotta do is click start.
Just so you guys see how big this machine is, check this out. When you buy it, it comes with mat.
Basically,
They clone mats.
so I'm picking out these little parts because I forgot to put what's called micro tabs so that the parts don't separate. They can stay kind of stuck in the plate. This is a laser cut 1/4" steel.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Looks good, dude. And this is a little tiny one.
And there you go, guys. Alright, now we are in the welding department. We got here Ramon doing some base plates, knocking some bash bars. Matt over here.
Hey, someone's at the
Wait, hold on. Someone's at the door. Hold on.
Do it.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. Okay,
We're back.
so we gotta bend up the 1/4" plates for the S15 harness bar. Let's start off on these bad boys, which is this one here.
Alright guys, we're back at the clubhouse. The harness bar is ready.
This is just gonna be a mock-up of everything.
So remember, the other harness bar goes on this side. This is Matt's design, which goes in the transmission tunnel. How's it looking, Matt?
Pretty good. So far so good. Everything lines up pretty well. How does it look, Kevin?
I like it.
Like
I
it?
like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I need one for my hatch.
So I was just telling Kevin this earlier, man. We got this done in 3 days. From idea, 3D scan, to design, to prototype. I mentioned earlier the previous brand, they have joints here. So these mounts that go to the B pillar, they can swing and move around, which means that this whole harness bar can shift left and right. But with ours, there's no joint. This whole thing is solid. The only joints are here, but they're non-adjustable and they're super, super solid. 1/4" steel, super high grade bolts. So this thing's not going anywhere. All right guys, so that's pretty much a wrap for the entire process of developing and designing and test fitting this new harness bar for the S15. So after this, we're gonna send it on over to Ramon and he's gonna fully TIG weld this bad boy up and make it look real, real pretty. I hope you enjoyed this. This is an extremely fun process for me and I'm happy I was able to include you.
What's up, Ramon?
What up?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What are you
How's everyone doing?
What are you welding today?
About to get started on this S14, S15 Harness Bar. It's time to put some fire to this.
You got the bar, the clubhouse. Now let's see the difference.
It's done. It is officially done. Everything's fully welded. All of the details are in place. Even though it is a prototype, this is basically the finished product, minus the powder coat. But I did want to highlight the differences between, like, I guess the most popular harness bars, the universal harness bars for most of our cars. The reason why they're universal is they have a lot of swivel joints so that they can accommodate different widths and, you know, mounting positions and things like that. So on this one, if you do note, it does have this pivot here, which is good for it being universal. But so if you compare it to ours is fully welded on the joint. There is no pivot. This is solidly welded to the harness bar tube itself. Another thing to note too is the down tube braces that support the harness bar going down and up are much, much smaller than those ones over there on ours. The only difference too on the down tubes is on this, it's adjustable. But for a harness bar, you really don't need too much adjustment as long as you get the height slightly above the harness poles or something that gives you the proper angle on the harnesses. So most times you don't even need to adjust the harness bar up or down, you know? You brought up a good point the other day, Kevin. You got this semi-large tube, but then you got these tiny little threads.
I mean, the size of that compared to the size of this.
And then also the hardware too, like check out the hardware on this one. Let me show you our hardware. So this is the difference. Super high strength bolts. These are the ones that hold this to the down tubes. And then also the same grade bolts go into the B pillar. Another thing that I noticed too, I didn't notice it when we pulled it out, but this harness bar doesn't have any harness strap keepers or locators, which these ones do. And the purpose of these is when your harnesses are mounted on, if it didn't have this, your harnesses could slide up this way. So this keeps them in place so that they don't move around. And another thing that I personally like about our design is the weight and the load is also supported in the center, not just on the ends. Whereas on this one, it's braced on the B pillar, but it's also supported right here. But it leaves all of this unsupported.
Alright guys, we're done.
You're on a parking, so cool.
You got Renee in the house right here.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey.
Dude, this car is so badass. Talking about drinking.
I'm talking about yours.
Oh, that bad boy?
Yeah.
I just have those big brakes that.
A little big brakes.
A little big brakes. As a matter of fact, I brought some lunch over right now, so it's time to
Grub up.
check it out.
Alright, Matt.
Feast your eyes on the best harness bar you've ever seen in your life.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but it fits with the back seats on. Everything's good.
Looks really good. Looks really good. I'm really happy with it. From idea to this in 3 days.
And that's how you can see, you got the seat rails here.
Yeah, the seats are just sitting in place. They're not bolted in yet, but.
Alright. There you go. That's where it goes. All the way to the top. And you guys can see it.
It's really solid. I like that there's no weird little hinges and joints. Cool thing is I want to tie it into the C-pillar so that we can create like this cool interior brace. So it's like a multi-use item. Not only does it hold your harnesses, but it braces the top portion of your chassis. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for joining for this. I hope we do something even more exciting next time. Actually, I don't hope, we will. Alrighty, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned to the next project coming up. Should be pretty fun.